Listen up, thugs for less. We got a big job ahead, so pay attention. Megacorp has hired us to protect their CEO, Mr. Fizzwidget. They feel that he's getting a little, cuckoo in his old age, and are concerned for his safety. Now, Fizzwidget's kind of old-fashioned, so I want everything handled with the pride and courtesy people have come to expect from us. Also, be on the lookout for these two characters. I have a personal interest in seeing them rubbed out, so I'm offering a free pizza party to the squad who bags them. And remember, that includes drinks and desserts. Over and out.
Welcome back to the Ratchet and Clank 2 Going Commando 100% walkthrough on the PlayStation 3. This is part 23, I believe, and we are going to the Silver City, Planet Boldan. Here we are on Planet Boldan. We are going to stock up on some ammo first, and I think we're actually going to buy a new weapon, the Bouncer. The Bouncer is a really good weapon. It's one of the best weapons in the entire game. And one more thing, if you notice that, you get a lots more bolts right now. When you try to get some bolts, it's kind of when you start off early in the game, you don't get as much bolts, but now in the game you get a lot of bolts. So we spent 100,000 bolts on the Bouncer, but we're going to get that back really quick, so don't worry about that. So we're going to go down here first of all, and we're going to use the levitator to levitate over here and get through these obstacles. Okay, when you get on here, you have to be careful and not use up your that level you can see on the right there. You have to make sure it doesn't run out, so just go up a bit and then stop, and you can probably see what I'm doing, so I don't think I have to explain it much. And with these electric things, I haven't really got hit by these ever. I haven't really tried to get hit either, so I don't know if you can, but I think you can. I haven't got hit, so I don't know how it is. So we're going to open up this door right there, and before we go to the left there, we're going to go up here, and we are going to go to a grind rail, and we are going to get a continue point, because you're going to need this. This is where the only skill point of the planet steps in. The skill point is called No Shocking Developments, and the skill point is pretty much you have to go through the whole grind rail without getting hit. Something that is interesting about this grind rail is that it actually goes around the whole level. So you can see where you're going to go later on in this video by going on this grind rail. It's very nice. I do really like this grind rail. It's really good. It's fun. I think it's a different one. It's not like your typical grind rail, which is why I like this grind rail. And thankfully I got the skill point the first try, so that was pretty good. So I didn't have to try many times. So going over here, and then we're going to go over here, and then we get the skill point No Shocking Developments, which is the only skill point on Planet Boldan. So now I can open up this Slim Cognito weapon mod shop. I'm going to buy some mods for weapons that I haven't upgraded yet, just so those weapons are more powerful, and get the bolts that are inside here, because why not? We need bolts, so get as much as you can. We've already got over 100,000 bolts, and now we're going to go this way. So I'm going to place the Bouncer instead of the Mega Turret Glove. I'm going to use the Bouncer a bit later on, actually soon we're going to use it. So you can probably see those enemies right there. We've seen them many times before, these enemies, in cutscenes and stuff like that. These enemies and the chickens that I call them are the only enemies on this planet, which is okay. We get the chickens up here, and I think I'm going to use the Bouncer, so throw it out there. You can see it's really good. It kind of just moves itself. It's like a magnet. It gets attracted to the enemies, and it goes to the enemies and kill them, basically. It's a really good weapon. It's one of the best weapons in the entire game. And it's going to be really powerful a bit later on when we upgrade it. It's going to be really powerful. Really, really powerful actually. So it's good to get it a bit early on so that you can upgrade it and work on upgrading it and things like that. And there's a lot of chickens on this planet actually. There's a lot of them. So we can use the synthenoids on them because we need to upgrade the synthenoids. So this is when the first platinum bullet comes. To get this platinum bullet, you have to use your spider glove to go inside here and open up that door. So you're going to guide the spider glove over here and just blow up these enemies. Because we haven't started upgrading the spider glove and we have to upgrade that as well. And that takes a lot of time. So we need to work on that as well. So there are 3 platinum bolts on Planet Boldan, but we can only get 2 platinum bolts the first time we are here. And there's also a Nanotech Boost right there, which we got. We just got it. You can only get it at a certain time in the day. I can't remember the time of when you can get the Nanotech Boost, but you can just go on the internet and search for that. I can't really remember it. So yeah, we just got the Nanotech Boost. We got 1 platinum bolt, 1 more to get, and we also have got the skill point. So we have 2 more platinum bolts on this planet that we need to get, but we can only get 1 of them in this video. The third and last one we're going to get in the backtracking video. And there we upgraded the synthenoids to the killanoids. Now they are stronger, and that is really nice. So you can use them more often. I said that it's good to buy these synthenoids really early so that you can upgrade them, because you probably noticed that it took me a very long time to upgrade the synthenoids to the killanoids. So it's good to get them quite quickly. So we are going to backtrack to this planet to get that 3rd platinum bolt, and we are actually going to come here in challenge mode as well, because there is one very important thing that we can do on this planet in challenge mode, so that is why we're coming back in challenge mode as well. So we're going to be on Planet Boldan 3 times. That's okay, because it's a really nice planet. It's one of my favorite planets, and I feel like I say that all the time, but it really is a good planet. There is a lot of fighting on this planet though. You fight enemies a lot on this planet. But I know that a lot of you guys like fighting in games, so I don't think you really care about that much. So I got something else to talk about. You probably saw the cutscene before we arrived at this planet with Thugs for Less leader. He just basically said that the Thugs for Less are now protecting Mr. Fizzwidget. And yeah, they're not protecting Mr. Fizzwidget. We had a cutscene early on in the game with the Thugs for Less leaders saying that they are not protecting the thief anymore, Angela Cross. So they are now protecting Mr. Fizzwidget instead. And we are here to talk to Mr. Fizzwidget. So yeah, you will see what happens a bit later on in the video. I'm not going to say anything about the story things because I don't want this walkthrough to be full of spoilers. So take this elevator up, and you get a continue point, by the way. You get to this area. There is a taxi here. You're going to get some ammo for your weapons, and there is also a armor vendor right here. We got an armor to buy, the Dureplate armor. It costs 100,000 bolts. We're going to buy it. It looks really nice. It's actually, I think it's my favorite armor in the game, just because of how it looks. Because it's orange and I think it looks really nice. And yeah, I really like that. So now you have very little bolts, but it doesn't really matter that much, because we're going to get them back really quickly. So I think this, and by the way, you can probably see that we are now walking down the building. We're going to do that a few times a bit later on in this video. It's quite cool actually. So what did I have to say? I know that I had something to say, something I was about to say, but I can't really remember it right now. What was it? I can't remember. No, I can't remember. So down here you can see that there's a lot of crates that you can get bolts of, and there's also enemies. So make sure you take them out. We should try and use Spiderbug Glove more often, I've noticed. Even though it takes a lot of time to use it, and it's quite tedious, we have to use it. Because we have to upgrade our weapon as well, and we're getting quite far into the game. So we need to try and upgrade it quite quickly now. So we're going to get the second out of 3 platinum bolts right now. You can probably see it. You stand here, you look down, there's the platinum bolt. So just glide down and you will get the second out of 3 platinum bolts on Planet Boldan. 1 more platinum bolt to get. So that is every collectible that we can get in this point in time. We have to backtrack to get the 3rd one. Because the 3rd platinum bullet is actually at the end of this planet, and you can't get it right now because of cutscene that will happen. So we have to come back and get it. But that is alright. So the backtracking video of Planet Boldan is going to be really, really short, because we're only going to get 1 platinum bullet. You can see that there's a lot of enemies waiting for you over there. And each time I go over these parts, I always twist my head, and I'm doing it right now. I always do it. Yeah, I'm actually doing it right now without thinking about it. I'm just twisting my head. You probably did as well, I bet. Take the elevator up, and there are more enemies for you to fight. We're actually soon coming up to the end of the planet of this video. You got 1 more of those parts where you walk down the building to do though. And 1 lousy enemy left. Let's just take him out like that. And yeah, here's where you walk down building. You can see the mountains. They're really sharp. Don't fall down because you will die. But I pretty much have to end the video right here because there is a cutscene at the end and I can't talk after the cutscene. So I have to end the video right here with the commentating. So don't end the video right now. Stick around for the cutscene that is coming right now, and I will see you in the next part. Bye.
What the? This isn't Fizzwidget.
Would you like a free proto-pet sample? Available today.
Where is he?
Freeze, knuckleheads!
Oh, no.
The 2 of yous are under arrest for attempting to bump off Mr. Fizzwidget.
But this isn't...
Save it, Fuzzy. You're not fooling anyone. You and your metal buddy just earned yourselves a trip to our new prison. Watch this.
Thugs for Less Prison would like to wish you a happy incarceration. After a poolside orientation, all new inmates will meet one-on-one with a galactic nutritionist. This professional will ensure that you're eating a species-appropriate diet for your entire stay. Next, come check out our fitness spa with your personal trainer. Remember, a prison term can feel twice as long if you're not in proper shape. And for those times when you're just feeling blue, come talk it out with one of our 10 full-time life coaches. They'll help you find your smile again. Thugs for Less Prison. Experience the maximum in security.
What'd you think of that?
That didn't seem so bad. I assume you have provisions for vegetarians.
Of course. Vegan or fruit. Wait a minute. You, take them away. And impound their ship, too.